What is up, all you beautiful people? It is I, AkemiTCG, back here with a brand new video. So, siding is one of the most important aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I feel like not enough people really discuss it, especially with specific decks on how to side, what cards to take out, what cards to put in. So, I'm making kind of like a siding profile for Crusadia, but I also make a general profile for pretty much any deck too. Even if you don't play Crusadia, I'm 100% sure you'll find this kind of useful. So basically my mindset is, when you side, you have to really consider what cards you need to keep in your deck to retain its consistency. Like these cards here, like Borea, Maximus. So this is based off of the list that I made a few days ago. The list is up here if you want to see it. Basically, this is a going second list. So my whole strategy is made to go second. So in the best case scenario, your opponent, when you side, you know exactly when you're going first or second. If your opponent's playing a going first deck and then they make you go second and you assume you're gonna go second anyways and you side for going second, you're doing it right. It's a lot of mind games in itself in the order of which you go first or second, but when you get the choice, as in if you just lost a duel and you have the choice between going first or second, then you have the upper hand because you can side in exactly what you need and kind of throw your opponent off. So the cards that we're gonna talk about, so basically all of this is gonna stay in the main deck. But the cards that we are putting into consideration pile, so the left side is going to be consideration pile, the right side is going to be for siding. So you have the Ash. Occasionally, this might not come in handy, but you usually keep this for every single matchup unless it's completely ineffective. So Ash is like up there. We have Droll. It's not useful for all matchups, but it's pretty useful. If it's still useful in the matchup, obviously you keep it in. And obviously the whole Kaiju package, and along with Alpha. So these are kind of three tiers, and I'll explain in a second. All these cards. So basically the reason why all these cards are at the bottom row, this basically means they're completely ineffective going first. If you're going first, you cannot make use of any of these cards. Literally, you can't make use of any of these cards unless you normal summon a monster, then you Kaiju Slumber your own monster, and that really doesn't do anything because you can't really win the game going first this way. So all these cards are in the bottom row, right? And then the second row is just kind of niche, and the third row is super niche. You usually don't want to side these out unless you realize it's just not good against that deck, but Ash Blossom literally works against most decks, so you probably want to keep that in. And Droll is on occasion good, but on sometimes it's not that good. And then now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk about 3 different kinds of decks you're gonna run against. These obviously aren't all the decks you're gonna run up against, but I just kind of want to give you guys general gist. So the first one is versus combo. So versus Dragon Link, Virtual World, etc. Any kind of combo deck, if you know you're forced to go first, okay? If you know you're forced to go first against these particular decks, you definitely want to put in Ice Dragon's Prison. This card pretty much hurts almost every combo deck because I feel like all the cards have retained the same typing. It's very, very important to play this card. You play against a Virtual World, and then you put in the Cosmic Cyclones, and also the Forbidden Chalices, and also the Torrential, and maybe even the D-Barrier. You might actually want to put in all of these. Lower priority on the Cosmic Cyclones, especially if you're playing against combo. But if you're going first and you side in all these cards, you should be in good shape because all you do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you can choose to omit 3. Let's say oh, I don't really feel like I'm gonna need Chalice for this. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just do a quick 8 for 8 swap. These for that, and boom, you're done with the combo matchup. Obviously, make it a little bit of your intuition too. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but this is a very general outline. Versus Control against Altergeist, Eldritch Dogma. So any kind of control deck. As such, again, you do want to play Ice Dragon's Prison against Geist. They all play spellcasters. Against Eldritch, if you hit them correctly, it's good. Against Dogma, it's all spellcasters as well. Don't really need D-Barrier in the Eldritch matchup. Cosmic Cyclone might not be applicable, but you do want to put in, I mean not Cosmic Cyclone, I mean Forbidden Chalice, but you want to put in your Cosmics and your Harpy's Feather Duster just for the backrow removal. And what you can do is, in this case, because you know you're probably not going to beat them turn 3 because they're playing some kind of control deck, you can take out obviously the whole kaiju package because you're not really going to need that as much. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 6, and then you can either take out Revival or Alpha, or if literally Droll and Lockbird's completely useless against the deck, you can take out the 2 Drolls as well, and then that works out. Even Steven, guys. Even Steven. Next, against any backrow deck, this actually makes it really easy. You just play the Dusters and the Cosmic Cyclone, and you just take out pretty much, you can take out the Drolls if they're just playing straight backrow, and you can take out the Revival, and you can take out 1 Alpha. But if Ash really isn't applicable, then you can take that as well. The idea is, if you're playing against a backrow heavy deck, you just pray that you draw into these cards to kind of help you push through the game, and then you choke them out the same way with Kaiju Slumber and then attack for game. I know it's very a haphazard video, but I really hope y'all learned something from this. Siding can be probably the hardest aspect of the game because first, you never know if you're going first or second unless literally you lost the duel and you get the choice, and you also have no idea whether your opponent is siding for them to go first or them to go second, what cards they're countering against your deck. You have to think about all these little minuscule things that I can talk about for a long time, but I digress. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I am AkemiTCG. I'll see you guys next time. Alright, bye guys.
The world ends now.